So, yeah.
Would be kind of
Speaking
risky
of
to pull out the, or allow the Wisp and Coddle in a Game 5, I'd imagine, but looks like we'll be having a repeat set of bans. Here it is, your Game 5. This is the last game, the last draft of DreamLeague Season 7. Let's get into it.
All right, Night Stalker taken out, of course. OP, as we did see, until he gets his change, or he could fall down from flying. And Necrophos actually knocked out. Very interesting. They're going to let... Oh, and Liquid bans the Coddle. Interesting.
Yeah. The keeper is just too strong.
Yes, Mr. Guy, indeed. So, here we go. First ban from Liquid. This will tell the tale.
Yeah, I think going into this tournament, I thought, you know, Earthshaker was top 3 offlaners. You know, was probably the most relevant of all of them. But I think this tournament solidified. He is the best offlaner and potentially the best, like, pickup you could possibly get because he's versatile enough to be run in the 4 position very successfully as well. Yeah. Hey, we saw GH this last game, like he was constantly a threat. He didn't really have much farm. All you need is a Blink Dagger. Like in late game scenarios, that's nothing, right? Have you do Blink Daggers, he's sitting on 8K net worth and yet he's one of the biggest threats because initiation was everything. If they got the initiation on the side of Liquid, they get that instant stun, then you're guaranteed to get a Reaper Scythe following that and there's no way any hero, even Troll, can survive through that.
Yeah, certainly going to be seeing lots of Earthshaker moving forward and even through TI, I'd imagine. Liquid, here it is, their 1-2 punch. It's going to be Sand King. It's going to be Zeus, too.
Yep. A lot of burst magical damage, you know, staying away.
Okay.
Oh,
we don't have to wait long.
Huh, that's so weird. Why would you pick AM against a team of high magical burst damage? This is, wow. What a pick.
Not a whole lot of lockdown either.
You know. Could it be a bait? Liquid is getting them ready to be destroyed. We're going to pick 2 early game bursts, but we're going to build Zeus as a right-click carry.
And then the Bloodseeker Zeus combo.
Oh,
It's coming.
My God, got you, you fools.
You get the Bloodseeker for the Anti-Mage and the Zeus to benefit it together.
Hello!
They should probably ban out Bloodseeker, I think.
Well, last time Liquid were facing the EM, right? They ran the Visage with Lycan.
Yep.
Do you feel like
that was with
Bloodseeker's
Huskar,
still
though.
more of a threat?
I think I think Bloodseeker is more of a threat when you have the Zeus and the Sand King opener, because you need that mix of pure damage involved. The alternative that they ran earlier was just to push him down very early on. End the game 18 minutes with a Lycan, but without the Huskar, they can't dominate the lanes as much.
I just don't know if I believe you on your Bloodseeker
Bloodseeker's
claim.
great, dude.
He was played against Anti-Mage yesterday, and it was a disaster. He didn't do anything. I don't know if I believe you, Merlin.
Yeah, but Ben Wu wasn't playing the Bloodseeker, so.
They picked it still versus Bloodseeker. They think it's terrible enough that they would just pick it.
Well, we haven't seen it pick since.
We had played Puck twice, I believe, in this grand final. This time, though, it will earn the ban from Liquid side. Go back to Planet Odd now for their second phase ban. Possibly looking to target out another core pickup.
There's so many carries that, or so few carries that outdo the late game impact of the Animage too.
Yep.
We saw from that last game, like Troll beats Animage late game. He's supposed to, but there were still plenty of situations where Animage wins the team fight late game, maybe because he gets the initiation first. A Reaper Scythe was a big factor as well, but you know, he's able to initiate on someone else a part of the team and blow that person up so quickly, 4 versus 5, then just having the one-on-one superior matchup doesn't matter because it's a 4 versus 5.
So why not get something that may be able to compete with the late game potential and farm it up? Like, how about Spectre? Spectre with the global of Zeus? Or is Spectre just
too slow?
Very slow.
Too slow? Okay.
It's very susceptible to laning pressure.
I think AM usually like doubles up Spectre's net worth. I think just because Spectre's like just that slow.
Another heavy farmer, I hate to mention him, but Alchemist.
Oh.
He's been obviously totally ignored this event, but did find a few occasions to poke his ugly head out during regionals and I believe MDL. But it might be something that slips to mind. It hasn't really been considered at all. But look at another non-considered hero until now, though, Beastmaster coming out.
Mind Control Beastmaster.
Wow.
A classic maneuver. Is that being picked up just for the roar for Mr. Anti-Mage? A little bit of lockdown?
So it could be a push.
Yeah.
It's also a good vision hero.
They can still pick like a
Tinker. Tinker with the Hawk, with the global of Zeus. No.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude, just run over Anti-Mage lineups.
Dang, Beastmaster
If he's gonna split push you, just take the towers twice as fast.
Show me the Dark Seer. Do it.
I'm not. I don't like the Zeus. The Zeus makes this lineup look weird because I think you want additional like initiation or control from your.
Maybe
other
they wanted them to
support,
pick AM though. That's the thing. Like maybe they know if they pick Zeus in the first phase and they don't want AM themselves, they know they're going to respond with the AM because it's likely going to get banned in the second phase.
Yeah.
And then if you ban out Keeper yourselves and don't take it first, they also don't have that main deep push support. So maybe they wanted them to pick anti-mage.
Yeah, it's.
That's some chess right there. You're thinking 2 moves ahead. I love it.
That's what you gotta do, man. That's what you gotta do in Dota.
That's what you got doing, Georgia. Hey.
Pick to come out.
What'd you guys say to Waka Flocka? It's like chess on what? It's chess something.
What?
All right.
Chest on what?
I remember mentioning something like, yeah, Dota's similar to chess. He was like, oh.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think he knew what Dota was at all, but
I don't think he
can't blame him. Most people look at this and they're like, this is like D&D or something.
Oh no, this is the best of 5 grand finals of D&D right here. Put your notepads away and get ready. Last pick coming out here. Second to last, excuse me. Laying on. Crystal Maiden, we didn't talk at all about her, but what's there to talk about? She a lady, makes stuff cold, gives you mana, good for Earthshaker, you know? Beefs him up, helps with the stun, nice burst damage for lane control. As we wait.
Yeah, what's really nice is you go Tranquil Boots on the support Earthshaker because you've got the CM aura. It's a lot harder to manage your mana pool going Tranquil Boots without that aura.
It makes the window where you can push a lot smaller because your like anti-mage actually farms a lot faster. He actually still runs into mana issues with the blink cooldown and just Battle Fury.
Oh, yes.
All right, Slacks. Omni Knight's out. How is it here?
You know,
How's he looking?
actually, it ain't great. I mean, the magical repel is really great in this match for Sand King and Zeus, but when it comes to Lycan, their main damage dealer, I mean, that's the kind of hero you don't want to face with Guardian Angel. Somebody that can pop out quick, leave while Guardian Angel's up, and then reinitiate again. So, I don't know. They really need a gap closer better than Anti-Mage, I think, with this Omni Knight. Like, God. I don't even know. What do they need? A mid? Like a Storm Spirit or something? They need something that can fight because Anti-Mage and Omni Knight is okay in the late game, but you need somebody that wants to go in there and stay in there, you know? So I don't know. Interesting pick, though. Not that great against Beastmaster either because he has a BKB piercing stun. So my expertise, it was okay.
Not feeling good about Viper against this Lycan either. Or Planet On. I feel like you need some sort of like mid-game focused hero that won't lose 2 fights.
You have to think about why they picked Omni though over other heroes. He's not good at deep push, and he's only good with certain partners. And then there's not that many good partners with him.
Omni
OD is
OD.
one. OD's a little bit slow though with AM.
Yeah,
and then you also have like Storm. He's also a little bit slow
Yeah.
with the AM, but I would say a better partner perhaps.
I feel like it will make a lot more sense on their last pick because right now,
Isn't that what Ben just said?
well, no.
We've seen Omni Quap too.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
I like
yeah,
that more.
They don't have a lot of synergy right now with that, so.
Omni Wind Ranger, you're like immune to everything.
Still problematic with the Beastmaster Roar no matter what.
Yeah.
No matter what hero it is, it's you still got the lockdown through the repel.
Don't call me crazy here, but I'd love to see a real melee fighter, you know? Maybe an axe, you know?
Farad?
Yeah.
That's an old school Wii hero. I remember watching him on Balkan Bears. That was his go-to every game.
Meepo was not banned. I'll just throw it out there. Lots of AoE though on Liquid side, but you never know. It's the Wii Ranger. The Wii Ranger.
Omni and Wind Ranger. Doesn't that have great synergy, Slacks?
He's thrown it all away.
I think it's pretty good for Slykin, though. You can actually kite pretty well. And she's one of the mids that has some deep push. They've been trying Lina a lot, but it hasn't worked for them. So Wind Ranger is more physical and less magical, but similar, I would say, to Lina in terms of the way she scales. And her talents are amazing.
Wind Ranger is very fragile to a lot of burst magic damage.
Yep.
You've got the Rebel to protect against that. Synergy with the Crystal Maiden aura as well.
Yeah, without the Omni here, you'd have to build like either early Hood on Wind Ranger or a very early BKB.
Neither one's
good at all. You would probably just not pick her in that case.
Yeah,
but with the Omni Knight, if you want to pick the Wind Ranger, it's a good hero to pair up with him.
Yeah, it's an odd synergy. You
Yeah.
don't see much, but
Well, it certainly is good at pushing. I'll say that. I mean, she ults and then Omni Knight with a repel. There's literally nothing that you can do. and towers can just be taken out. I mean, you have Beastmaster, but then he has to commit an ult for that. And a Weaver, which is like Wind Ranger, except he wins games. So that's going to be super interesting there.
Miracle on it.
Hal with Weaver too. That's really dangerous. The upgraded damage with your Geminate attack.
All right, guys, it's prediction time, and it's for who the grand champion is going to be. Come on, Slacks, no pressure at all. Is it going to be Liquid? Is it going to be Planet Odd? Who you got?
A disgrace in the face of the Omniscience to be paired with the Wind Ranger. I tell you, Odd to stop picking that hero. Liquid, 100%.
Liquid.
I don't know what the hell you just said. Liquid.
Wee's been on fire today. I gotta side with Wee Ranger.
Wee Ranger, so going with Odd on that one. Let's split the difference. I'm going with Odd on this one too. Let's go ahead and send things over. Let's give it up right now for your grand final casters, bringing you the final game of Dream League. It is Odie and Fogged.
Thank you very much, Dakota, and indeed, we are graced with quite a final so far, and it's only going to continue. Game 5, new heroes coming out left, right, and center, even on this final game. What are we thinking, Fog? The panel's split in terms of their decision.
I'm split in terms of my decision right now, too, because with the point that Ben made is true. Weehaw has been absolutely on fire today. I'd probably lean a little bit more towards Liquid's draft just because they have that heavy push. If they're able to actually execute it, they might be able to close the game up before Anti-Mage actually does anything. And the Omni Knight doesn't really have like that clear pairing partner that we usually do see, like the Storm Spirit or something like they were mentioning. It's a little bit weirder, and he can repel the Anti-Mage, but do they have the 4 heroes that can fight in order to make the space for the Anti-Mage versus that Lycan versus that Weaver?
True, I think
it's going to be tough.
Definitely an issue is going to be as well as Mind Control Beastmaster. As mentioned by the panel, having that BKB or Repel Piercing Stun could cause a lot of issues for the Anti-Mage in terms of taking control of the lanes, catching him out early on.
Yeah, and it's of course they have the push lineup, but then if it gets to the point where they can't do this push lineup, they have a lot of ways to scout and find this Anti-Mage, be it the Zeus or the Hawk all over the place. So, and the Wolves, like there's so many different vision factors coming in for Liquid to be able to find and gank that Anti-Mage in the later stages if it gets to that point.
Well, we'll see if they can do it here, Liquid. Beat that Resolution Anti-Mage. Has happened before, but
giving him the harassment right away.
Yeah, they certainly are. They're chasing him down. The burst of GH. That will force him to use some very early regen.
Yeah, just go. Yeah, it's early. He can still go back to base.
Yeah, high spirits here from both of the teams as well. We are calling them to double down. If only you could, with double downing MMR in official games.
Oh, yeah, like, all right, it's best of 3. Whoever wins this one game, that's over. The double down, as long as the whole team agrees to it. That would be pretty cool. So we have the mid Lycan again, and the Weaver's put in the safe lane. Does he have all the cosmetics on the Weaver? Oh yeah, I was looking at this the other day. Does he have them?
He does.
Oh yeah, he's got the trip. He's got the
lightning bug.
Particle effects on particle effects.
The Carlay critter, ready to go.
Keeping their dominance up in that top for that bounty rune.
Yeah, same bottom lane. Planet Odd just waltz it in, making sure that they could grab that bounty for themselves.
Yeah.
Rezo picking the one up top, but
So
indeed
2 for 2.
Liquid, yeah, they move around in response. Get the 2 for 2.
See how Kroki's going to make the Sand King work. He went for the Orb of Venom again, as he's been doing recently, going for that early roaming. With that to be the harassment as well.
And do you like this lane decision here from Planet Odd, taking the Anti-Mage away from the Beastmaster, putting Omni up on the top lane for Moon, and having Anti-Mage farming down bottom?
They saw that it was an aggressive dual lane already, so yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Like they knew the Zeus and the Beastmaster were there, so they were like, all right, Liquid wants to pressure AM, and we don't want him to be, you know, we don't want him to be shut down by that pressure, and also this guarantees that Omni Knight's gonna get levels and some farm as well, rather than the off lane where he can really suffer versus a Weaver.
See what they can do about it here.
Sentry's already down.
Yeah, very good Fisher onto Miracle, and let's do a fair bit of damage, not quite enough to kill him. Kuro's presence meaning that Rezo and Misery have to be careful about this turnaround harassment. There we go.
The Orb of Venom, it's value.
It forces Rezo to be a little careful. Is prepared for this sort of harass, has the poor man's shield. Plenty of tangos to boot in this lane. And now with the presence of Saxa coming down as well. So with the full tri-lane down there, Planet Odd, making sure that the space is there for Resolution to find farm early on. And we'll see how they want to react with this side of Liquid. We may see the Zeus come down here as well. Do you think Liquid themselves need to bring the full 3-man down here?
If they can't somehow get the pulls, one of them is blocked, but if they're able to do a couple pulls, then it actually is able to equalize the lane. And the 1 sentry was already expended. I think they noticed that too because the Miracle was getting hit while he was invisible. So if he can, you know, they'll be okay because of the hero that they have in the bottom lane. Weaver very hard to kill, and they can at least keep the pressure up on top lane. Mid lane, Misery, putting some extra pressure onto Matu with Weehaw. It's pretty scary when the rotations come in from Earthshaker for Matu.
Right, just have to be careful. CS-wise, Weehaw, I mean, it's pretty much neck and neck at the moment. Does have the lead, but of course Matu's got this big wave coming in under the tower.
Yeah.
So should be able to equalize it amongst these creeps.
Should be Wind Ranger favored. Of course, whenever it gets pushed under the tower, you're able to farm, but Matu has to watch out for these power shots, which is coming up again. Here it goes. Oh my goodness.
I'm sure he knew it was fine. He was like, I'm gonna be fine, guys, I'm gonna be fine. That was a couple of points in the passive with the regen.
It was pretty close.
Misery's hunted. I mean, a Fisher could do it. Ooh, couldn't quite get in range for a potential play there, but very close to doing so.
Bottom, Saksa. If the stun actually connects, Saksa's going to be in some serious trouble here with the bugs.
Yeah,
Let's get that
Saksa,
CM.
this should be your first blood, and indeed it does. Miracle picks it up. They'll try and find a kill in return. Fisher out onto Kuroki. It sets up Rezo for the kill in return. Miracle out of mana, but they'll take that trade there. Getting that first blood for the little bug.
They didn't have the Howl there, but whenever they do try to go for those aggressive plays, when they do have the Howl, once it gets nighttime, the lanes become even just a little bit better for Liquid too.
Seeing it up top as well, Mind Control giving a really good rundown onto Moon, trying to juke it into the tree line.
He's got the boars on him too, the heal comes out. Zeus is making his way up though. Will GH be able to get in range?
It should be enough, yeah, no points yet in the repel. Liquid stepping up the pressure onto Moon. This dual lane certainly working out. You know, as we said, not necessarily the matchup that they were hoping for, maybe wanting to go against Rezo's anti-mage, but they'll certainly take a situation where they're able to really crunch down on the Omni early on.
And if any lane where Mind Control can get a lot as a Beastmaster in the offlane is super important. Bottom lane, they're trying to get onto Miracle
He
to
doesn't
bring
have
him
mana
down,
here for the
but
Shikuchi.
he's got the Fairy Fire too, to turn though.
Okay, yeah, Kuro did have the Burrow Strike, could be back up in a second, so there was a potential turn there. So indeed, Planet Off back off. Again, though, up top. Mind Control just really pushing Moon back out of this, trying to limit how much he can get out of the lane. Has 9 CS at the moment on the Omni Knight, so still fighting a bit, but having to play very careful indeed, with all the slows as we've seen coming out from the board and the harassment potential from GH's Zeus in lane.
Yeah, and having that sideboard they placed down right at the start of the game, they're able to see the CM rotations coming in, so they know whenever they can play aggressive or defensively. Saksa pretty much exclusively now just jungling, trying to make sure that he can keep his levels up, make that aura high level for his teammates to benefit from it, in particular the Wind Ranger, in the laning phase at least.
The bottom lane being played very nicely by Planet Odd. You know, Rezo consistently getting aggressive, making sure the mana's not there on Miracle for him to really do anything in return. Nice TP out from Saksa. His Mind Control harasses him out from his own jungle.
Yeah, they're actually able to put Miracle down a good amount. Only 11 CS compared to the 19 of Rezo.
And they have now brought GH down to the bottom as well. So now with that full tri-lane to try and slow down that anti-mage's start.
Misery looking for a rotation to the mid lane, but this is a very, very tanky Lycan at the moment. 960 HP.
Yeah, especially with that first power shot missing. Very unlikely to be able to do anything at all about Matu.
Yeah, with 3 levels in the Feral Impulse as well, 7 HP per second is, well, 9.3 total HP per second is pretty hard to be bring down. And it's really pretty tough for Weehaw to even like harass him because of that. It's kind of like a mini Dragon Knight in a way, I guess you could say, with that Feral Impulse. You don't get the armor, but that region is tough to push through.
We'll be bringing the Shaker over once again towards mid.
Lanes are now being swapped up. Resolution doesn't want to stay down there for so long. Split,
Okay.
like, not able. You want your anti-mage in the safe lane farming. Farming in the off lane, you can be okay if you're pressuring, but at one point, yeah, you want to be able to be as safe as possible. Now Moon is kind of acting like a support.
Misery being chased around the map by GH. We'll have Mind Control coming in as well. Lays down the ball, will get the slow off. Moon is there
he's
to
in
back up
trouble.
Misery, but
The
indeed,
Lycan.
there's the chase down. Matu coming in for the sidelines, takes down one. He may be able to get the second as well. They'll look towards Moon on the Omni Knight. Burrow Strike to set things up. And Moon will have one more purification, but it's not enough to keep him alive. They'll chase down, and Matu, with that rotation, gets the double kill.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Saksa behind enemy lines, gets a deep ward down.
Does have a TP.
He's trying to go
I mean,
for Mind Control. Is he
he
gonna
may
be able to
just
get
get
it?
it in.
Oh, he gets him!
Oh,
the Howl! The Howl
it's
here
just
at night.
enough.
Oh my God.
Matu with the saves and the tower denying the middle lane. Keeping Mind Control only just alive.
The tower is already dead though. That's pretty impressive by Weehaw with that DD rune with the focus fire. His tower is full HP and already taking that mid tower, which is probably the most important tower in the game, especially in the early stages.
Absolutely, especially getting this sort of push going against the lineup that, you know, Liquid themselves, their push is going to be absolutely terrifying. You know, once you have sort of a Deso on the Weaver, you've got the Beastmaster, you have the Lycan.
Dire's bottom tower.
They are going to be able to take towers, no problem at all. Up top, Resolution, going to be played around with again by Kuro and Mind Control. Kuro low on the mana front though, bottom lane, Miracle. Having now the presence of Moon in his lane. Has got the bugs out, Moon trying for the TP out. Do they have the damage to bring him down? Not quite. Will get himself back to base just in time. Misery in the neighborhood will be able to soak up some of the XP as well. Now he's moved down here.
Both towers of the game have been denied so far. Weehawk continuing to farm.
Rezo as well, level 6, nearly has the treads. Alongside that Ring of Health.
Matu's doing very, very well. Of course, because he picks up those 2 kills, but yeah, sitting at 3,600 net worth right now, topping the lead.
Saxon moving back up top as well. So Resolution with plenty of backup once again. Just in case Liquid try and go for a play. They know that this Beastmaster is going to be closing in almost certainly on that level 6 very shortly. And that is the time where Liquid themselves can look to add a +1 upper and go, and indeed they are. He's not quite got the 6, but already with the TP up there.
Kuro's going to make his way up as well. Yeah, they're starting to collapse, but Weehaw is in the vicinity, too.
In fact, Mind Control himself could be in trouble. A great Fisher block here from Misery comes out. Mind Control tries to turn, throwing out the axes, moving towards Rezo. Just punching and kicking the side of Planet off back here.
Weehaw's invis here.
Kuro has the Burrow Strike. They'll get themselves one. Mana Void and the Power Shot come out to claim the life of the Beastmaster in return. So they will get the 1-for-1 trade. Meanwhile, though, Miracle continuing to get a lot of space down bottom. Moon trying his best to harass the bug back. And Miracle can continue to play around with this and keep Moon on his toes.
Keeps eating those Purifies. There's no boots versus the 18% Degen slow. Moon's able to just get up with that quick cast point of the heal. Keeps harassing Miracle down. Miracle actually forced to shrine up. GH, Weehaw's looking to try to set up for a mid.
Well, should get an easy shackle here, and with the focus fire and a power shot, GH, one more touch will do it. Oh, the Jukes, no, he's going to make it out. And now with Miracle's rotation, he can look to try and turn onto Weehawk. Does have the win run, but with the Shikuchi movement speed, Miracle can close the gap and takes the kill. No, I said no! Oh, I spoke too damn soon. That shackle there may have just saved him, and with the backup, with the dust and the frostbite, Planet, oh, keep Weehawk alive. I can't believe he lived through that.
Oh, just barely.
I can't believe he survived that.
Forced a lot of reaction, though, from the supports. So during that time, the Mind Control, Beastmaster, and Matama Lycan able to easily take that top tower. And Matu, this game, you see the goal that he's trying to go for, puts the Necro into his quick buy. It's a very good Necro game, too. Not only just for the siege, but that mana burn versus AM is incredibly good. And well versus
I can't remember the last time I saw the Lycan go for the Treads Necro. No. It's just, we don't see it at all in there. Kind of 2017 Lycan build.
Yeah, we always see the Armlet Mask of Madness or the Mask of Madness Echo Saber, something along those lines. It's been a while since the Necro book has been grabbed up.
Bottom lane, poking around with Rezo, but he's got the backup of Moon. Very hard to do anything about the anti-mage with that Omni Knight in the neighborhood. And Necro Lycan. Let's see how effective it is. As you said, definitely strengths to be had here.
Yeah.
Against odds lineup.
Looking to get aggressive onto bottom, Miracle, just to be a bit careful here. He doesn't know it's coming, though.
Yeah, 4 heroes down here at the moment for Odd. Miracle will keep himself hidden in the tree line.
Buys himself his treads.
We'll see if he reveals himself again. And he certainly won't with Odd coming out like that. Showing all 4, committing for the tower
They're
push.
TPing to defend, though.
Oh, they want to try and fight this? Well, let's see if they get away with it, Miracle. On the back of it all, Matumba revving up the ult, ready for the chase down. TP straight away from Rezo, gets himself out. GA comes through, and now the mass TPs. Do they have any way to cancel this? They do with the bolt, straight down onto Misery. 2 of them are out, but the other 2 are in trouble. Saxa gets chased down by the big bad wolf, and Mind Control kicks in the head of Misery. They will get 2 of them there. May have lost the tower, but Liquid getting punished.
And Liquid with good punishment there. With that rotations, the book's now finished up. At least book 1. With now Medallion almost solo crest on Beastmaster. Definitely looking like they want to siege pretty soon towards some of those towers when they have the shapeshift online again. And some more mana, since they're all pretty low after that last engagement, all of them pretty much sitting at like 10%.
And GH is level 6, 100 gold away from having Arcanes out.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Game's gonna be slowing down just a tiny bit now since 4 of the tier 1s have already been dropped down. Miracle trying to put a little bit of pressure onto Weehaw off that tower.
Diffusal Blade first on the shopping list for Miracle this game.
Get that Guardian Angel off. Also the mana burns. The mana burns are definitely gonna add up a lot in this game from the Necro and from that Diffusal Blade.
Yeah, trying to control the Wind Ranger as well.
Yeah, it's a great damage item. It's just a great way for him to get like solo kills or pick-offs in the back lines too. Just overall good item.
Still definitely that classic issue that we've seen time and time again, being that anti-mage is still making good progress towards the Battle Fury.
There are better ways of catching this time around though. There's so many vision tactics that Liquid has. They found Saksa and quick easy kill for the 2 supports of Liquid. Yeah, they have the Hawk, the Zeus ult, and the Lycan Wolves will make it a lot easier for them to go for those kills. But they do only have 2 forms of stun, which is the Beastmaster Roar and the Sanking Stun.
Weehaw with Maelstrom. Nearly complete Matu coming around with the wraparound behind the tier 1, asserting their dominance. As they look to push in with the Howl on the walls. See if they can do anything to stop this. Fisher thrown out by Odd. Weehaw looking for an angle, see if he can potentially get a Shackle out. Liquid pretty beefy here with this push. Power shot to try and spam down the wave. Here comes the wraparound though. Miracle throws down the pugs. That'll be Saksa gone. Shackle does latch onto 2, but Liquid, they don't care. They move in for a second. Again, this pressure.
That was great. That was a great penetration play. Like, angles of approach around those tier 1s is the reason why a lot of the times it's very difficult to actually defend them, just because there's usually so many different ways that someone can come into, especially in that one. There's 3 different routes that they can take to get into the back lines. And this is going to open up the Roche. Medallion's online, the book 1 as well. And they should be able to easily bring this one down with that medallion.
Yeah, the Necro build certainly coming to work for Matu. Getting these towers, getting these objectives early on.
And Kuroki showing mid lane too.
Solar Crest pretty much done as well on mind control. These items coming together for this really strong power spike that Liquid's lineup will have against Outer Planet odds.
Yeah. And now with the Aegis, it's pretty much Planet Odd has no way that they want to really fight. Maybe some pickoffs, but fighting it into their lineup, they can't fight with the anti-mage, and their 4 heroes don't fight well into Liquid, especially if they have an Aegis.
This would be a nice find. They are going to send
here.
TPs in. Kuro's going to look for the setup there. We have the 2-man Power Strike coming in with the epicenter as well. Rezo, can he get himself out? Mind control trying to close the gap, but Rezo's out with the blink, does escape. Saksa pays with his life. Planet Odd will be happy that they got that anti-mage out of that.
Sick positioning there by Kuro.
Dire's top tower
And they're able to pressure off of that too with Miracle top. And Matu actually stealing the whole enemy jungle.
Oh, that Shackle though, off the creep to set up. They blow up Miracle once. Can they do it again? That's the question. Is there enough control? There's the Shikuchi out. They'll continue to try and chase. Power shot and the dust, but they're immediately with the time lapse back. He's underneath the tower. They still have the info on his whereabouts. Mizri and Weehaw continuing to hunt him down. Shikuchi himself back out. Doesn't look like they have any further detection though with the dust already expended. So Miracle will get out with that play. TP's back to safety. And we'll be out just in time before Saksa wraps around.
Lovely. Mind control decided to double back and go for the blink dagger so they have better catch and ways to get in the back line. So when they're pushing, they can actually have an initiator because they're not going to have Sanking blink dagger for quite a long time since Kuroki plays like the 5 Sanking. There we go. They get the initiation. Kuroki's going to have the follow-up stun too.
Straight up with that roar into the burst trap, very close to the base. We'll see if any sort of backup can come out in time. I mean, Weehaw TP's in, but already, yeah, the kill's successful. Shaker's down, the push from Liquid comes in on the bottom.
Wait, there's a book 3 about to be on this Lycan too. They may actually threaten high ground here. There is no Aegis anymore, but it's only really a power shot and a Crystal Maiden nuke to spam out when Earthshaker's dead.
Yeah, this push from Liquid is so deadly early on.
They're going to just back up again. They don't want it. They're all kind of low from that power shot, particularly the Beastmaster, actually. And the lanes are being pushed in. They don't want to force it so hard just yet.
That is Rezo's Battle Fury complete. It's on its way out on the courier.
So same pretty much timing that he's been having majority of the games, around like between the 12 and 16 minute mark. This time, you know, he's a bit pressured, so it comes out at around the 16. But here we go.
Here we go.
Let the anti-mage begin.
Absolutely. Bottom lane. Kuro out and about. We'll be joined by Mind Control.
The Hawk is coming in too to get the vision as well with those boars.
I mean, Kuroki's going to try and play with this. Instant Shackle thrown out, doesn't make any sort of connection. Mind Control has the presence, throws out the axes, bringing them down low. We'll have the roar in a few seconds, 10 seconds until it's up. Planet Odd backing up, have the backup of Moon as well. Miracle there, very close to having the Diffusal Blade complete. A few hundred to go and he'll have that Robe the Magi and the recipe done. 12-2, Liquid, again, definitely playing with the pace that they need against an anti-mage.
Definitely need to make sure they have good vision in the enemy jungle. They do have one ward, so once that one expires, they want to keep that one up and just keep this tower push happening. Take the last two tier 2s out so they can know exactly where the anti-mage is farming majority of the game, and just make sure they play well with the vision and the way that they set it up. Like set the Hawk up in one location, set the Wolves up in another, and wards in a different one, so they can always know where the anti-mage is farming.
Another tier 2, Liquid objectives after objectives.
Middle tower is under attack.
What can Odd do to stop this? Misery 1400 towards the Blink. I mean, of course, with all the units, all the pushing, a Blink Echo Slam could be absolutely massive against Liquid's lineup. But he needs to get that. They need to be careful, especially with that Diffusal Blade now done on Miracle. He can absolutely rip into some of these members of Odd.
Yeah, he can like, get anybody if they're actually caught in like the back lines, except for, of course, the anti-mage.
Rezo immediately out as soon as he spots Mind Control coming into the neighborhood.
Keeps that farm going. They're smoking toward the anti-mage. Want to make sure that they can keep him defended, since they might expect a play might be happening since all of Liquid were perched up in the mid lane.
Absolutely, yeah, trying to bait some sort of interest with that anti-mage push out.
They're probably going to tell him to like overextend kind of in a way, so maybe they can try to go for some type of pickoffs.
Misery as well, staying in the mid lane, trying to
they actually
keep it away.
They have a Lycan Wolf set up around the Bounty Rune bottom, and I think they could have seen that one when it was taken.
Oh, and look at this. They're actually going to walk into the clutches of Liquid Saxa, the one to be caught out. No escape for the CM, so the smoke from Odd unsuccessful.
So much information on the map, it's insane for Liquid. 2 deep wards behind, like right in front of the base. Hawks were set up all over the place as well. They actually know exactly where Planet Odd would want to make those moves from the outside of the base.
Could be in trouble with this Weaver and his Diffusal Blade. Miracle starts to play around with him at the same time up top. Matu moves in, takes the Shaker down. And Miracle's going to dive for this one. He knows that he can get this solo kill potentially.
In trouble too.
There's a 1 purification. Miracle's still thinking about this, and indeed this dive that comes through. Matu with the ultimate and the Necro units is just too much damage for these heroes to stand up to individually. They have to be together as a team, and Planet Odd, they were having attention drawn to them on the bottom lane and the top lane, and they just could not deal with that pressure.
Yeah, there's really pressure in all 3 lanes pretty much. Up GH, pick up your barking. Okay, sorry. He left his arcane boots on the ground for a good like 20 seconds. He was just walking around. Kind of scared me.
What's the blink looking like on the Shaker?
He was very close last
That is the item that they need.
About 400 more gold. Kuroki's gonna have his at the same time though.
Yeah, if not just a little bit before as well. As the Vlad's done on the Lycan, and this is exactly what you want against an anti-mage. In 20 minutes in, your Lycan being ahead of the farm of the AM.
Yeah.
Perfect position for Liquid to be in.
They've got like 3 heroes very close up there too. And Omni Knight is definitely suffering, 0-3 and 0. This is one of the things that, that's why we were talking about the Omni Knight like on the panel, and when it came back to us, we were like, hey, ideally with an Omni Knight, you want to have that one pair, that one partner that can just go in and start the fights, but they don't. The Hawk scouting all of Planet Odd's movements. Mind Control gonna be very well aware of all that one. And Miracle's actually porting up. Looks like they might want to actually take an engagement maybe around here. However, Miracle did port on a ward too, so Planet Odd knows he's there. But now they smoke up, and they're looking to get aggressive here.
Yeah, who's
Mind
gonna
Control's
get the
ready.
jump on who? Planet Odd could get caught out. Misery.
Oh, are they gonna kill Misery right before his blink?
Oh, he's so close. 100 gold and he'll have it. Miracle's moving in. This is going to be painful for Misery. They focus the Shaker, take him down, and look for more. Mind Control jumps forward with the Roar onto Moon. Moon almost certainly going to be going down as well, and indeed he does. Double kill for Miracle.
So hard to play versus all this vision out from Liquid. When they get all those tier 2 downs, they know they can just understand exactly where Planet Odd is making the moves. And they're set up. Beautiful positioning there from Mind Control.
And as you said, it's got to feel pretty bad for Misery.
Yeah.
Not getting that Blink Dagger gold.
He was
Does
like
only get knocked back
50 short.
100, but yeah, he was so close. We'll have to wait that little bit longer before he has it in his hands. But indeed, as expected, Rezo just using all the opportunities he can find to keep that farm going elsewhere. Bottom lane, we are thinking about a potential solo play here. Looking towards GH, beautiful shackle there. Off the creeps, and with the Maelstrom, he'll get the kill.
Easy.
Very nicely done there by the Wee Ranger. Middle lane, Rezo has the bugs upon him. They are going to pop the Lycanol, and Matsu's moving in. Rezo has to blink up once again. Will be enough to keep him safe. Immediately shrines up. Misery again, 100 gold away from that blink. See if he's able to finish it off this time. Should be able to, especially with that Lycanol going back on cooldown.
Long duration respawn on the Roche. That's probably the next objective Liquid wants before they try to breach high ground at all. It's going to be the Aegis and Cheese in about 2.5 minutes when that Roche spawns. And they have a very easy way to kill it. I mean, with Solo Crest, Beastmaster, and Lycan, that Roche is going to die so damn fast. And it's going to be really hard for Planet Dot actually to take that team fight.
And there we have it. So, Misery, blink complete. And they want to make a big play with the reveal of it. Smoking up towards the top lane. Only mind control in that neighborhood at the moment.
Look at this. Hawk is set up. They don't, of course, they don't see through the smoke. The Hawk and the Wolf are both scouting out, seeing if they can get any information out. The 4 boars as well, for mind control. GH is holding the ult. He stop canceled it once because they don't see any information on the map, so they know that Planet Odd is smoked up somewhere right now. And now they are starting to make their way back. GH throws the ult, get some scouting information. They at least get the Dire Courier on the way back. I don't think it actually had anything on it though.
No, it didn't. Empty at the moment.
Yeah.
Nice bit of cash bounty, of course, as always though, for Liquid. We are with this build as well. Actually going for the BKB, despite the fact that he's got an Omni on the team. I guess just expecting what the fact that Moon's going to have to prioritize keeping Rezo alive.
Yeah. Needs to have his own source of, his own defensive type of capability. Everybody else doing Zeus with finished up 4 staff. Lycan going for the Assault Cuirass, almost finished.
Oh, they're looking for Rezo though, and they found him. Immediate jump in, but there's the response, but it doesn't matter. Kuro with his own response to it. Comes in with a Burrow Strike, catches out both of them. Ooh. That'll be Misery and Rezo hitting the decks.
That was just when the Manta was picked up too. There's no anti-mage for 60. Echo Slam was expended as well. Matu's going in.
He absolutely is. Straight in they go. They've got the Necro units out. They do have fortification,
this
but
should be
Planet Odd, they are going to take heavy structural damage here in the middle lane. Tier 3 being focused. Planet Odd with just the 3 members. What can they do to hold? Even when the Shaker's back, Misery hasn't got the Echo Slam. That'll be the mid-brats going down almost certainly. They get the jump forward. They'll take down the CM as well. Saxa hitting the decks.
They're going to continue as well.
They're looking for more. Liquid with this huge zoo moving in. There's the buyback from Saxa. Can they really hold this? Matsu's going to have Hal back up in 8 seconds, so this push is going to get even stronger. Looking for the Shackle, will find it onto the Zeus here. They should find GH at least, but they're losing a second melee Rax. Liquid getting the objectives, and by the looks of it, getting out as well.
Kuro's trying to go back in.
Oh, he is. Jumps him back with the Epicenter and the Burrow Strike. Looking for Misery, and he'll get it. Misery down as well for 30 seconds. It's all falling apart by the looks of it for Planet Odd, as Liquid, with this draft, with this lineup, playing it absolutely perfectly against an anti-mage lineup.
And now Shrines are available. Roche respawns as well. They're starting to get it. Big surge of gold at 15k gold lead now going for them. It's looking really hard for Planet Odd. They're trying to go for Kuro
here. They are, but the Linkers was out onto him. Will block the initial shackles. Mind control again. Has the roar. Gets Rezo out of position. Rezo falling low. Does manage to blink off to the side, but the bugs are on him. GA comes out in time. Can they keep Rezo alive? They can't. He's down once again for a full minute. Liquid finding 2 more. GG is called. Liquid are your Dream League Season 7 champions.
Back
as they climb back, from a 2-0 deficit, 3 wins in a row. Liquid, what a performance, showing us that despite the prevalence of anti-mage here on LAN, there is an answer.
They were down 2-0, but you know what? We're gonna pick Huskar, we're gonna get ourselves feeling a little bit more motivated, and then they come back, bring it back, 3-0 sweep. Congratulations to them. Very nice plays coming out from them. This one was a beautiful draft. I love the way they did it. I like how Ben touched on it too, how he was saying that potentially it was maybe they were baiting this anti-mage. From this draft, from the looks of it, I would have to agree with him.
Yeah, they knew exactly what to do, and coming out with some fresh picks as well in this final game. Miracle on the Weaver, the Mind Control Beastmaster, absolutely game-winning there. Having that lockdown, having that jump, catching out resolution like that twice, back-to-back. Absolutely securing the win there. Incredibly solid play from Liquid and Planet Otters, of course, as well. Hats off to them for giving us this 5-game grand final.
They look to be in pretty good shape. Like when they were, you know, they're like, okay, nothing to lose. They were looking pretty damn solid. Wish I'd seen some of these performances, of course, from them from TI qualifiers. I'm sure they're feeling the same way. Weehaw looked pretty damn impressive, but so definite congratulations.
Absolutely. I mean, Liquid, another win here. I believe there's another DreamLeague victory. They got to be feeling pretty damn good indeed. There the boys go. We got Slacks on stage. We should be able to head over to him to have some final words from the team.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're back-to-back winners of DreamLeague, 2 in a row. Give it up one more time for the boys of Team Liquid. Woo! Matamba, hell of a game. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. Honestly, I feel like I'm on the top of the world right now. Oh, shit.
Well, that's great to hear. Thank you, man. Mind control, amazing performance. Your black holes were insane. They kept the team going. You feeling confident for the upcoming TI?
Easy final.
Dang, come on, bro. You were in a 2-0 deficit. You can't say easy final. All right, clean that up. Make that a little bit more PR for him, please.
Yeah, it's nice. We're happy.
Yeah, very good. The other team, any words for them?
Well, title defended, so.
Damn, you guys are savages. I thought this was the nice team. My goodness. GH, what is up? This tournament kind of made you who you were, I would say, in a little bit. It really put you on the map, and here you are defending it again. Any words for the fans out there and kind of what this means to you?
It means a lot because it's Amir's 5th DreamHack in a row, so.
What is this?
What?
What are you saying?
It's Amir's 5th DreamHack in a row.
Yes.
So it means a lot to him, so we had to win.
What about you? I'll get to him.
Don't get to me.
I'm happy about this, but I think we could have played a bit better.
All right, come here, you son of a... No, yes. Do you want him to at least say one word? So many interviews you've dodged from me. Not this time, you're mine. Just give me a little something here for all the fans who came out here today.
Thank you all for the support. We love you all.
And what are we going to see from you guys at TI?
Depends on him.
Well, it depends on him.
Depends on him, man.
All right, what are we going to see from you guys at TI?
Sorry again?
TI, what can we expect?
I don't know. Like, we'll try our best, like always.
Yeah, you're going to win, right?
What do you expect me to say?
Yeah, I'm going to say I'm going to win it. I'm the greatest.
Yeah, we hope to win.
All right, fantastic. Gentlemen, the trophy is yours. Congratulations. No, it's all yours. Please get in there. Hold it up. There we go. I'm not even part of the team. All right. You're winners, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations. Gentlemen, why don't we break down that fantastic 5-game series back on the panel.
Thank you so much, Slacks. We're back at the panel, of course. Congratulations.